Okay, first of all, I would like to do a little clarification. One of the things I hate about political discussions is that everything is like cheering for a soccer team. There are always two teams playing and you have to support your side on everything. You can't pick and choose. If you're on the left, you have to agree with them about abortion, euthanasia, migration, feminism, etc., etc. And if you're on the right, the same thing, just on the opposite side. But if you're someone like me who's more to the right but occasionally thinks, hey, maybe this idea from the left is not completely bad, you'll end up hated by both sides. And this law of the two teams seems to apply to all kinds of political discussions. Because I made a few videos questioning the conventional wisdom about the war in the Ukraine, a country which seems to me very corrupt and involved in a not very healthy manner with NATO and the West, some viewers seem to have concluded that this could only mean that I consider Russia the pinnacle of human civilization, or worse, that I'm wishing for a return of the Soviet Union. Others, because I made a few videos criticizing mass migration and the idea that the whole world should turn into a new Tower of Babel, seem to be convinced that I'm a fascist. So, let me explain my political philosophy to you in a way that even an autistic child can understand. I am not a Nazi, I am not a communist. The best government is the one that leaves me alone the most. Nazis were mostly evil because they created a huge, inhuman bureaucracy where masses of people were treated not as individuals, but as mere numbers in a classification system, some destined to live, some to go to prison or die. Communists were mostly evil because they did exactly the same thing. That one did it based on ethnicity or race, and the other did it based on social class is a mere detail. It is the bureaucracy itself that is evil. Why can't more people understand that? But both communism and National Socialism seem to be still popular, at least with certain groups of people. I think this is because they appeal to the extremes of both left and right, with no middle ground, almost like an archetype of each position. The main idea pushed by the left is equality, so communism, being a system of forced equality, attracts them. For the right, I suppose the ideas of hierarchy, purity, and order are the main appeal. That said, I don't think Nazism and communism are uniquely evil. Evil is a constant in the world. In fact, the modern world sometimes can be just as bad, only in a different way. It is perhaps less totalitarian, although it's slowly becoming more and more, but it is also dehumanizing in its own way, with bureaucracy expanding more and more into every aspect of life. I fear that the new AI panopticon system that is coming will make such things even worse than Nazism, communism, and the fictional worlds of 1984 and Brave New World together. We already had an inkling of that during the COVID era with its vaccine passports, but I fear that what is coming is going to be much, much worse. First of all, it's global. It's not just my country. Almost all countries now have some sort of giant government digital database where all your information will be stored, from your face to your tax records, to your medical history, to your genetic information. The whole thing will be automated and managed by AI, which, contrary to the propaganda and to what most people think, has nothing to do with intelligence. It is all about gathering huge amounts of data and automating responses. It simply means that when things go wrong and thousands are sent to the gulags or to the extermination camps, there will be no longer some unlucky civil servant to be blamed or to say, I was just following orders. They will blame the bots, and that will be it. The nascent techno-totalitarian bureaucratic society must be destroyed, or we will all be slaves. Death to bureaucracy.